Hello and welcome, Taurus. I hope you are well. Welcome to my video to give you some guidance and some inspiration for the month of May 2020. This is a new feature that I'm offering on my YouTube channel, and I do hope that you find it useful. I do hope that you find it helpful and that it gives you some guidance and inspiration for the month ahead. These videos will be released a couple of days before the first of the month, so if you do subscribe to my channel, click the little red button. If you do subscribe to my channel, you'll at least get the notifications of when these videos are being released. And I do hope to hear from you. So if you do like the video, if you do like this feature, comment below and let me know. That I'm using quite a few different decks, and if you want to know about the decks, if you want to know more information, I will have all of that in the description box below. So everything you need to know is down there. But for now, watch the video and then you can go and read all of that up later. So let's get straight into it. So May 2020 is what we're looking at. We're looking at the energy. We're looking at the theme. We're looking at what's going to happen. So what can you expect? What do you need to watch out for? What do you need to be careful of? And how can you take advantage of the energies for the month of May so that you can have a really good month? Okay. So let's take some tarot cards to start off with. We're going to take that one over there, and I want that one over there. So we've got two tarot cards. The first one we have is the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles, if you have a look, so he's walking on his journey. He's got a couple of things that he needs to do. He's got to a point and he's like saying, all right, so which way am I going now? Remember, the Page is the squire. He's still learning. He thinks he's got all the information. He thinks he's clever. He thinks he's smart. But he's still got some learning to do. We need to always make sure that we don't get too involved in our head and that we don't think we're cleverer than we actually are. So Taurus, we need to make sure that we are double checking ourselves and not just, if you're feeling confident, don't just trust that confidence. Double check yourself and make sure that you are on the right road, that you are heading in the right direction. We can see the little map that he's placed on the floor and he's tossing a coin. So he's like, oh, which way should I go? That is not, Taurus, that is not how we make decisions. We don't make decisions based on coin tosses. Do we? You need to make sure that you are making your decisions and your choices based on facts and figures and not just on a flip of a coin. I got it right. The second card we have is Temperance. Look at her pulling off the famous yoga position, isn't she? She's balancing. She's balancing so well. The cat's getting up to mischief under the table, but she's got her balance. So Taurus, what these two cards are saying to you, May 2020 is going to be a month where there are going to be decisions that need to be made, because that's exactly what our page is telling us. There are going to be decisions. There are going to be things that you're going to have to try and figure out. Okay, we have to make sure that we're making wise decisions, especially when it comes to money, especially when it comes to finances, especially when it comes to career. You want to make sure that you've got everything in balance. Okay, so don't assume, because that's what I'm getting here. Okay, is assumption. We don't want to assume that we're okay. We don't want to assume that we're on the right path. We don't want to assume that we're doing the right thing. We don't want to assume that it's going to be okay. You know, pointing to the wrong card. She's balancing, and she's balancing really well. But if that kitty cat there decides to jump up on her, she's going to topple and she's going to fall. So you want to make sure that your balance is solid, that your foundation is solid. So Taurus, going into May, you need to make sure that there's no assumptions being made. Make sure that everything is strategized, planned, calculated, worked out. Do not flip coins. No decisions on coin tosses. Right, I'm going to leave those in front of me to give me continued inspiration as we move on to our first oracle deck. And let's have a look and see what this oracle deck wants us to know today. How is it going to elaborate on our message for what we have to deal with in the month of May? And here we have, I can't read the font, imagine and envision. So she's sitting on a broomstick. She's reading a book. She's writing in her book. Okay. And look at all the stuff that's around her. From unicorns to crowns to four-leaf clovers and butterflies and koi fish and hearts and money bags and all of those things. I think there's even a ring there. There's even an engagement ring. Okay, so there's all of these things that are available to you, and the message at the bottom is imagine and envision. So as much as we're saying to you here that don't make decisions based on a flip of a coin, what we are saying though is that don't lose sight on possibilities. Don't lose sight on your imagination. Don't lose sight on your dreams, on your hopes, on your aspirations. So even though we're saying make sure that you are always remaining balanced, make sure that you are always having a strong foundation underneath your feet, you're allowed to dream. You're allowed to aspire to great things. You're allowed to want all of that for yourself. Okay. So the next deck that I'm going on to is the Enchanted Map, and we're hoping that it's going to give us methods, give us direction, give us how to achieve all of these things that we need to achieve. How do we get this balance? How do we keep dreaming when things are looking so grim? What do we do? How do we navigate this? Let's see, Taurus. So Enchanted Map, upside down, says come together. Giraffes are my favorite animal, just FYI, okay. It says come together. So Taurus, this is telling you don't try and do everything on your own. And again, I'm going to bring back in our page, because that's what our Page of Pentacles is doing here. He feels like he has to make all the decisions on his own. He feels like he has to do it all by himself. You know, even this lady doing the yoga here, she's doing it on her own. And she's doing the yoga for herself, by herself. And maybe this is exactly what this is telling you. This is telling you that, you know, oopsie, even your dreams that you can envision, even all of those things, you do not have to do it all on your own. Come together with the significant people in your life. So who are the significant people in your life? It's either your significant other, if you have one, your career, your finances, all of those things are your significant other, because they are significant in your life and they bring something to your energy and to your space. So come together with those people, those circumstances, those situations that can influence your life, and get the help that you need to achieve the balance and to make the right decisions. So if you are looking at making any changes with regards to money now in the month of May, don't do it on your own. Consult a broker. Go to your bank manager. Do whatever you have to do, but speak to somebody. Don't try and do it on your own. Right, let's go on to the next one. So next is our spirit animal. Okay, so this is the Spirit Animal Oracle, and basically what I want to see here is, what is your spirit animal for the month of May? Which spirit animal is working with you, guiding you, helping you, and helping to navigate you through the month of May? And this is for our Taurus people. So Taurus, what animal do we have for you? Okay, that one over there. So Taurus, you have got a deer spirit, and deer spirit says to bring a gentle touch. So deers are generally very gentle animals. They startle easily, and if they startle, they run away. Okay, they're not going to think, they're not going to question, they're not going to analyze. They react and they go. So it's telling you to be gentle. If you want to tame a deer, you have to be really gentle. You have to be loving, you have to be nurturing, and you have to be really slow. So again, it's telling you, no rushing into anything. Take your time. Take your time. Don't rush. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with your circumstances. Be gentle with everything that's going on in your life. So whenever you're panicking, all right, so Taurus, during the month of May, if you find yourself ever in a state of panic, if you find yourself ever going like, what is going on here? Just remember deer spirit, and let that deer spirit guide you. Let it be your guide throughout the month. And remember, deer spirit says, gentle touch. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, everything that you do, just have a gentle touch and it will be okay. Because remember, you're not doing it on your own. You need to bring in your friends, your family, your significant others, whoever is available to help you. Bring them in to help you, and to know that anything that you imagine is possible. Anything that you want for yourself is possible, as long as you tackle it in a gentle manner. Loving, loving, loving this for you, Taurus. Really, really am. Okay, so what I now want to do, because we've sort of covered a bit of finance, we've covered a bit of general, but what we need to do is we need to look at relationships. So it doesn't matter if you are in a relationship or not. It doesn't matter if your relationship is good, bad, or ugly. It doesn't matter if it's complicated. It doesn't matter if you are desperate for a relationship, desperate to get in, desperate to get out. You know, our emotions attached to relationships are a huge part of who we are and a huge part of our makeup. So I'm using my romance angels, and we're going to get a message from the romance angels to see how it can help you and inspire you with regards to your relationships going forward. Those of you who know me, you know I'm a bad shuffler, so I don't pick up the jumpers. I just ignore them, because they're not jumping because it's an important message. They're jumping because I'm bad at shuffling. Right, so interesting, Taurus. Your message from the romance angel is religious factors. It's telling you your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So whatever your situation is, whatever your relationship situation is, understand that there is some kind of religious factor involved. And maybe it's telling you who you can and who you can't have a relationship with. Or maybe it's telling you we need to bring a bit of religion into our relationship because that's important too. Okay? So take it in whatever context it means to you. Take it in whatever way is applicable to you. But just know that your love life, as it says at the bottom, is influenced by your religious upbringing and your spiritual path. If you're having trouble in your relationship at the moment, maybe look at your upbringing. Look at your what do they call it there? Your religious upbringing and your spiritual path. Look at your history and then look at what's going on in your relationship, and are they in tune? Are they the same thing, or are they poles apart, polar opposites? And maybe therein lies your problem, and maybe therein lies your solution as well, because often when we identify the problem in a relationship, it immediately triggers something here that helps us to find the solutions. When we ignore the problems, we can't find solutions because we don't know what solution we're looking for. So that's interesting. So my darlings, Taurus, make decisions on facts and figures. Don't make decisions on a coin toss. Make sure in everything that you do that you have balance. Make sure that you are not going to be toppled, that you're not going to be knocked off your feet. Make sure that you are standing solid, that you are standing sound, and that there is balance in all areas of your life. Know that anything that you dream of can become a reality. Anything that you dream can absolutely become a reality now in the month of May, as long as you don't try and tackle everything on your own, as long as you bring and invite people in to help you, people who are of the same energy as you, okay, who are on the same wavelength as you, who believe and think the same as you do. Bring the deer energy into everything that you do during the month of May. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with others. Be gentle with your situations. Don't expect miracles, but expect them, because they do happen. And finally, with regards to your relationship, oops, that's interesting. I picked up the wrong card, so you're getting it as well. How awesome is that, Taurus? Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. So there, I somehow put your other card away, and this one that says give your relationship a chance was one of the jumpers that I ignored earlier on. So clearly Spirit wanted you to have that message. See how they do? They always make sure you get the message that you need. So with regards to your relationship, Taurus, it's telling you that you need to look at your upbringing, look at your spiritual beliefs, look at what's happened in your life in the past, and give romance and relationships a chance. So Taurus, thank you so much for watching my video. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. Please give a thumbs up in the comments below, or in the box below, and subscribe. Click the bell notification so that you are sure to see all my other videos, because I do tarot scopes on a Monday and I do pick a card on a Friday, and now once a month you will have a month overview. So subscribe, click the bell, give it a thumbs up, and comment below and let me know how it works for you. Take care, and until I see you again, goodbye.